Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. We're going to begin today's practice laying down, and the only props you'll need probably are a blanket. We don't need that just now. Laying with legs bent, feet hip width and parallel, so the legs are parallel. Finding the shape of your spine supported by the floor. If in this position it felt like you were reaching your head back to the floor, you could put a blanket in under your head. Lengthen your breath and feel that lengthened breath. Noticing what it feels like to make space for yourself to connect to the breath. I'm going to press the lower back into the floor as you exhale. And as you inhale, lift the lower back away from the floor so your belly is spacious. Connecting breath and movement, movement and breath. Add another movement in here as you lift your spine away from the floor. Take the arms overhead as far as they'll go. And as you press your back to the floor, take the arms back by your side. Feel what movement is available in this sequence. How your shoulders feel. How your neck feels. Try to keep the neck as relaxed as you can. Let that muscular effort feel like it's coming from the core body, from the muscles between your shoulder blades for the arms and the shoulders. Good. We're going to add in as you press your lower back to the floor, lifting the heels off the floor. You can place your feet back down as you take the arms overhead. So on your exhalation, back presses, arms released by the side, and heels lift up onto the skin of the tiptoes. If it feels good, try lifting the feet all the way off the floor. Just a little way, a centimeter or so. Check in that you're keeping the muscular work away from your neck and throat, using the core body. Beautiful. And we're going to relax for a moment with the hands on the belly. Breathing deeply into that part of the body. take happy baby pose, and that's going to press your lower back to the floor. So you reach on the inside of your legs and hold your ankles or your feet or your clothing. If you can't quite reach, you can hold it behind the thigh. Back presses, and the belly is relaxed here, so let it really relax. And take some deep breaths into your belly so you can feel the abdomen move. Set the knees wide and the feet wider. Face relaxed, throat relaxed. Good. Bring your knees together now, and your knees are going to be over the line of your hips, and your lower legs are parallel to the floor. Arms straight up towards the ceiling from your shoulders. We're going to press the lower back into the floor, and you can feel how the core body engages to support. Good. Let's take the left leg towards straight, so straight out towards the floor, the right arm towards the floor from center. Back to center. Right leg out to straight towards the floor, left arm towards the floor, and then back to center. And we're going to go from side to side with that movement and really pressing the lower back. You don't have to take the limbs too far from center for it to work. So if it feels better for you to work closer to center, just do little movements. Otherwise, you can make the movements bigger. Do what feels like it's going to strengthen your core body without straining. Face relaxed. Throat relaxed. One more each side. Back to center. And we're going to take happy baby pose again. Set the knees wide and the feet wider. Press your back and breathe deeply so you can feel the movement of the abdomen. Shoulders relax, neck relax. Straightening one leg at a time. Rocking a little bit from side to side. Okay, we're going to do arms straight up from the shoulders, feet lifting again so that you've got your knees over your hips and your lower legs parallel to the floor, starting position. This time, the limbs are going to do the same thing, but instead of being in line with your ribs, they're going to reach out to the side. So right arm reaches out to the right side, left leg reaches out towards the floor on the left. Back to center. And we press the lower back. And again, you're observing, does it just need to be a little movement out to the side to be enough work here? Try to avoid that tensing of the neck and the throat. And we start to work a little deeper into the core of the body. Feel the support there. Pressing your back. Lovely. Release. Hug your knees in. Let's relax the back again in happy baby pose. Set the knees wide, the feet wider, and breathing deeply into the abdomen, letting tension release from your shoulders, your face, your throat. Straighten one leg. Bend that leg, straighten the other. Lovely. Legs straight up this time. Arms straight up. Move your arms and legs away from center, just far enough so you can feel the core body really working. Doesn't have to be all the way to the floor. Press your lower back down. Point your toes. Start to make a circle with your toes. So your legs follow. And it can be a small circle, it can be a big circle. So up to you. Now try and get your fingers to make a circle in the opposite direction. Ah, that's some work for the brain. Okay, reverse. Pressing your lower back. And hug your knees in. Oh, I found that hard this morning. All right, happy baby pose. Oh, really letting your back relax, letting your belly relax, letting the knees be wide and the feet be wider. And then try stretching one leg and releasing and stretching the other leg and releasing. Nice work. All right, we're going to roll over onto our bellies. Be on your elbows under your shoulders. You can have parallel arms. I'm going to have to put my palms together. So if it bothers your shoulders, then palms together. Lift the ribs away from the floor and draw your shoulder blades back so your neck feels nice and long. Just noticing where this might stretch the body into that front core. Good. And we're going to lift the feet off the floor and really engage your buttock muscles to do that. So feel that the buttock muscles are squeezing and lifting towards your back waist as your feet come off the floor. Good. And we're holding. Try to get your knees off the floor. And holding and breathing. Good. And then we're going to lower down. And you're going to lower yourself all the way down to the floor and take your arms beside you and just rest there for a moment. Rest your back. Okay. Be on your forehead now, and arms are beside you, palms up. Lift as much of your body off the floor as you can. Lift the palms up to the ceiling. Reach the fingertips back. Lift the knees, lift the thighs. Looking forward. And as you exhale, turning your head to the other side and just relaxing. Hmm. 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 Salambasana again, lifting the torso off the floor, squeezing the gluteus muscles, the buttock muscles together. Lift the legs off the floor, the thighs off the floor. Lift the hands, reach the fingertips back. And laying down. And really relaxing your back. Nice work. Let's Put the hands under the shoulders, press up into all fours, arching your spine up and down. Following the flow of your breath. Feel how mobile the spine is. Lovely. And hold your spine now in a neutral position. So it feels like the front core of your body is really supporting. We're going to lift the right leg up and draw a circle with your right knee and see if you can feel that action of the gluteus muscle, the right buttock muscle, as you lift the leg. So making sure that muscle is switched on. Good, as we make a nice big circle with the right knee. Feeling the leg bone, the femur bone, moving inside the hip socket. Ooh. And then the other direction. Feel the gluteus muscle. Make sure it's working. And finding the breath. Neck nice and relaxed. Great work. Release that side. And then left leg lifts. And you lift as high as you can, but then your leg is bent. And then make a circle with your left knee. Okay, attention to the left gluteus muscle. We want to make sure that feels like it's doing the work of lifting the leg. And then the other direction. Beautiful. And then child's pose. Take your knees a little wider than you normally would to give the hips a little bit more of a stretch. Arms back beside you. You can rest on your forehead, or you can put your blanket under your forehead if you don't quite reach the floor. Letting the sacrum broaden and lengthen. And the hips sink back towards the heels. Beautiful. We're going to take the arms forward now, as far as you can reach with both arms. I just can't demonstrate on my left. But I will one day. Finding the flow of breath. And the feeling of the legs being a little wider here than you normally would. Good. Be on your elbows again. So we've got the knees out wide, the hips back towards the heels, and you can have parallel forearms here or palms facing. Okay, we're going to lean a little bit over to the right or lift up a little bit so you can do this movement and walk the left foot out. And then we're going to very slowly start to sink the hips back towards the floor. So it's a strong movement in the hips, so take it nice and slow. Just finding the stretch that feels good for you. Good. And then we'll release that side, so let the toes come into center. You notice that's much easier to sink the hips back then. All right, let's lift up. Lift your hips up and take your right foot out to the right side. And very slowly start to sink the hips back towards the heels or the left heel. And you're finding the stretch that you need. It probably is just going to feel like big resistance, rightfully so. So noticing that. Good. And then releasing, so both toes back to center. And then we're going to lift up, or you can walk your elbows forward. So the hips are forward. Take both feet out a little way from center. Doesn't have to be a long way. And if you start to very slowly sink the hips back towards your heels, you'll notice that big movement in the hips. Big resistance, more like. Good. And then we're going to release. Take the big toes touching again, hips back towards the heels, and lifting up. Good. Bring the knees in. We're going to come into downward facing dog pose. We'll take the heels back towards the floor. Take the hips back, lift the kneecaps, the quadriceps, the sit bones. Beautiful. Come into plank pose. Bring the shoulders forward over the wrists. If you need to put your knees on the floor, do that. Stretch your fingers out wide. Press the fingerprints. Lift the lower front abdomen. Good. Even squeezing the gluteus muscle, the buttock muscle. Neck is nice and long. Even front and back of your neck. Lovely. Knees to the floor. We're going to come up to standing and think about how you might do that. I'm going to walk my hands back, be in a kneeling up position with the toes tucked under, and then roll back to a squat and press the heels to come up. Come to the short front of your mat. Tadasana. Feet underneath the hips. Bring your hands onto your belly and bend your knees. So you've got your feet are hip width and parallel, and your legs are parallel with your knees looking forward, and the knees are a little bit bent. Hands are at the belly to remind you to use the front core to really support the length of your spine. So really draw in the core body, feel the front of the body lift, and dip the hips back a little bit lower. Good. We're going to bring the hands in Namaste in front of the heart. And we're going to reach the right elbow towards the outside of the left knee and lift back up to that starting position where the knees are bent, and you've got full support for your spine using your core awareness. Back to left elbow, right knee, and lifting back up to your starting position. Okay, and keep going. Right elbow, left knee. Feel the support of your core body so that the reach here of the spine is supported. Feel the flow of your breath. Last one, reaching left elbow, right knee. And then straighten your legs. Urdhva. That is arms up by the ears, looking up. And Tadasana. Fold yourself forward into Uttanasana. Just let yourself roll. Put your hands on your legs, so not all the way to the floor. And arch your spine up to the ceiling so you give yourself a hunchback shape, but you'll feel the skin of the spine stretch. Good. And then arch the spine down towards the floor and look up. And feel the skin of the spine relax. Good. Arch the spine up. If you haven't got room to move your back, you're finding it hard to move, lift your hands higher up your legs. Arch your spine down. Coordinate that movement with your breath. As you arch the spine up, that's an exhalation. As you arch the spine down, that's an inhalation. As the legs start to stretch, feeling the difference in that posture of the spine between the up and down position. We're going to bring the spine down now. So you feel spacious in your front torso and you're breathing deeply. Good, the legs are stretching. Lifting your kneecaps, your quadriceps, your sit bone. Great. Bend your knees and inhale and roll all the way up. Take your arms all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. We're going to lift up the right leg. Take the knee across the front of your left leg, out to the side, to the right. Take it behind you. Keep the knee bent and tip your torso forward and lift the leg as high as you can. Good. Lift up, bring the right leg back to the front. Lift the leg as high as you can. And you're going to place the foot down without falling into position. So we're going to do that from side to side. Lifting your left foot. Take the knee, the left knee, across your right leg to the right side. Back out to the left side. Use your gluteus muscle to take the leg behind you and lift it high. Let your torso tip forward as you lift the left leg nice and high behind you. Good. Lift the torso up. Bring the leg back to the front and lift it high. And when you go to place the foot back down, you're going to find where to land the foot. Finding the earth, albeit the floor of the building. Again, with the right leg. So you take the leg across the front of your left leg, out to the right side, behind you, lifting the leg high, tipping the torso forward. Lifting up, bring the right leg in front, lift it nice and high. And when you go to put the foot down, find where it's going to go. Left leg across the front of the right leg, out to the left side. Behind you, lifting your leg, torso forward. Lifting up tall. Bring the left leg in front. And then find where it's going to go. Finding your Tadasana. Lifting the front of the body. Upper arms roll out, palms in. Lifting the top of the head. Find the balance between the front and back core of the body so that you feel strong and you're tuned into the support. Bring the hands in front of your heart. Step your left foot back and left heel is going to be on the floor. Okay. We're going to take the torso forward. Keep the left heel pressing and the legs straight. And you'll notice you get a certain way forward and then your spine wants to make that hunchback shape where the skin of the spine stretches. Bend your front leg. Relax the spine forward or down. Reach the torso as far forward as you can. Your hands can stay in prayer position or you might be able to reach the floor here. And then we're going to work on straightening the front leg without straining the back, without stretching the skin of the back. Just the leg. Just the leg, finding that big resistance. Straighten as far as you're able. Follow your breath into that movement. Good, and then we're going to lift the toes up off the floor and windscreen wiper slowly your foot from left to right. So you stay on the heel and you turn the toes from left to right, like the windscreen wiper on a car. Whoa, finding that big resistance. Beautiful. Put the foot back down parallel to the edges of the mat. Good. We're going to step forward and lift up and be balanced on the right leg. And take a hold of your left leg. And the hold might be tiptoes on the floor. It might be lifting the leg up high and holding your clothing, or holding your knee, or holding your foot. And if you're getting as far as holding your left foot with your hands, then try to hold with your left hand. And try to keep the limbs in line with the left ribs. And when you go to put that foot back down, finding where it's going to land. Tadasana. Urdhva. Hands in Namaste. Step the right foot back. We want the back heel to connect to the floor. Your feet wide enough from side to side so that you feel stable. Start to reach the torso forward, straight legs. And notice that moment when the back starts to tense. We don't want to stretch the skin of the back. So bend the front leg and relax the spine down or forward. Keep your hands there or put them on the floor if you're reaching there. Bones of the spine all pressing down towards the front body or forward towards the front body. Good, and then start to straighten your left leg. Finding that big resistance. Good, and then we're going to lift up onto the heel of that left foot and windscreen wiper the foot from side to side. So the toes go left, the toes go right. Keep the stretch on and breathing. Oh, good, and then releasing. And we're going to lift up and step forward and be balanced on the left leg. And taking a hold this time. So right tiptoes could be on the floor. Lifting higher, holding your leggings, holding your knee, or holding your foot. And if you're just getting your hands near to your foot, try to hold with your right hand and try to keep your leg and your arm parallel to the right ribs. And then before you put your foot down, as ever, try to find where it's going to land just with the skin and then transfer the weight. Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, and Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Find a position to support your hands so that you avoid the stretching of the skin of your spine. So you can definitely feel the back bend shape in your spine. And really let the legs straighten. Really lift the kneecaps, the quadriceps, the thick bone. Beautiful. We are going to sit down from here, and you do that in any way that's obviously safe. I'm going to try for turning my toes out a little bit, coming into a squat with my heels as close to the floor as I can. even wiggling from side to side, just getting the feet nice and mobile so that hopefully I can sit without falling backwards. Something to practice for me. Maybe you too. Sitting up onto your blanket. For a simple seated twist. And your legs can be cross-legged or whatever is comfortable for your knees. We'll turn to the right side to begin. Find that moment where the body just seems to stop moving. And it really does feel like that's as far as you go. But we know from experience, this is not so. And we're going to simply follow the breath. And let the mind rest simply as an observer, rather than the arbiter of movement. Feel your breath. Feel the spaciousness and the suppleness of your body. Very nice work. We're going to turn back to center front. We're going to do it a little differently today. Lean over to your left side. So we just turn to the right. Now we're going to lean over to the left side. Good. And you're going to lengthen both sides of your waist and bring the hands in front of your heart in Namaste. And keep reaching the top of the head further and further, trying to anchor down the right side of the body. You might start to feel a little bit the work of the core. You can make it stronger by taking your arms, both arms by your ears, or you can stay with your hands at your heart. Reaching further. Beautiful. And come up to center. Change the cross of your legs. And we're going to twist to the left side. Find that stopping point where the body seems to stop moving. And then let the mind rest. And just follow the breath. Discovering space, suppleness, vitality. Ah. Breath by breath. And we're going to come back to center. Bring your hands in Namaste. And lean both of your waists, your left waist, your right waist, over to the right side. So torso reaching right. Really reaching. And if it feels good, you can take your arms by your shoulders. I just can't show you that. I'm going to keep my hands at the heart, but really reaching the waist. So you could take the rib cage off and send it out further. Beautiful. And come back to center. Great. We're going to lay down now just for a moment. And a little reset, central reset for the spine. Legs bent, feet hip width parallel, arms by the sides, palms down, and just arching the spine up and down off the floor. Try to go bone by bone. And especially pay attention to those parts of the spine that feel a little bit locked up, where the bones all seem to move together. Get as much movement in to your awareness as you can. Feeling the support of the floor as you land back down. The strength in your legs, keep them parallel as you're able to lift up. Appreciating your movement, letting tension out of your neck and throat and shoulders. Nice. And then knees into the chest. Rocking a little from side to side. If you would like to stay for Shavasana, lay your legs out here straight. If you need to be finishing your practice, rolling to your right side. And namaste to you. Shavasana people, when you lay out straight, we try to balance the body as best we can and also check if there's any tension in your back. Put a blanket across your mat under your thighs, close to your tailbone. Some people find they need a little bit of head support. So taking whatever support feels necessary just now, whenever now is for you, wherever. And letting yourself relax. You may have become familiar with the places in your body that habitually hold tension. You may be just at the beginning of that understanding or part way through. Feel the flow of your breath. And seeking this understanding from your body. Bring your focus to each place in your body as it's mentioned. To your toes. The soles of your feet. Your arches and ankles. Your lower leg. Knees and thighs. Your hips. Belly and buttock. And lower back. your middle back, and between your shoulder blades. Your shoulders, your armpits, your upper arm. Elbows and forearms, wrists and thumbs and fingers, the palms and the backs of the hands. Your neck and your throat. The base of the skull and the scalp. And all of the muscles of facial expression. Forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheek, nose and mouth and jaw. Even your lips and tongue. No need for tension just now. No need for listening as you bring your focus to your ears, to their structure. Feel the breath, its flow, its life force. In your relaxed body. Breath by breath. Be aware of the weight of your body supported. And the feeling of being still, consciously still. Just being. And as you gently start to move your fingers and your toes and your arms and your legs, feel each movement, conscious of your movement. Muscles switching on and off. Joints receptive to their role. Rolling over to your right side. And when you're ready, come up and have a seat. bringing your hands together over your heart, finding the flow of your breath, the flow of that life force in each of us. Namaste.